all training for some obstacle course that does not exist. Like all of us were just training. You grew up in the 90s, you're just like training for some obstacle course that, now I'm like, oh, there's not nearly as much quicksand as I thought there was going to be.
All right, so I feel like a good tagline for Imaginary would be, "Don't mess with the mama bear."
I love that. Thank you.
I gotta say, you were fierce in this, and I loved it. I expected nothing less. There is a very important ritual in the movie. I was wondering, if we wanted to summon you personally, what would the DeWanda summoning ritual entail?
That's really funny. The DeWanda summoning packet would include a pair of very comfortable sweatpants, a really good book, like I'm talking an 800 pager.
Okay, some light reading,
ginger tea, and a really cute tiny puppy. Those are I'm very simple. I'm easy to summons. Okay. You can summons me by going to Target. You can summons me by literally going to Target, and I will be there.
Okay, which aisle at Target, though?
Ooh, Home Goods?
Okay.
Where the candles are?
Okay. Take two with confidence. Home Goods.
Home Goods, where the candles are.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Stepping into the imaginary world, we had elements of kind of like Escher's relativity mixed with childlike influences like Alice in Wonderland. What was it like for you walking into that, like in real life for the first time and just experiencing that?
Otherworldly. What was wild about that specific set, the Never Ever set, was there was no substitute, Like I had seen mock-ups. I saw, like, I'm on the emails. I'm EP. I'm on the emails. I'm looking at, the PDFs. I'm like, yeah, that looks cool, Megan. I'm like, good job, Megan Rogers, good job. And there's nothing like just opening one of the 46 doors and stepping on the set for the first time, Like it's the kind of set that gives you chills. When I was working on Dominion, we had the opportunity to go to Malta, and the set from Popeyes is still there. It's like a theme park now. Like the Never Ever feels like you could build a theme park around it. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary.
Amazing. Was it really 46 doors?
46 doors.
That is massive.
It was a massive set. Yeah. There was there was CGI extension to like add depth to that world, but we had a lot to play with.
You could tell there was a huge amount that was practical, though, which we don't really get a lot of these days.
I know.
So I appreciated that element. It reminded me of stuff that I liked when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It has a feeling to it.
It has a feeling to it, and that feeling, every single actor, we're not just interacting with each other. We're interacting with the work of every filmmaker, every craftsman, every expert on that set, and I think it shows up. I think it makes a real difference,
Hell yes. I love this.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if this is still a thing, but kids of a certain generation, my generation, I don't know if this pertains to you.
I will
but
tell
we grew
you.
up with the prevalent fear of quicksand. Was this a thing for you, or was this not a phenomenon?
Did
for
you see that thing?
Yes.
Have you seen that thing on social where they were like, growing up, I thought there was going to be a lot more quicksand as in adulthood?
Yes. Like you would train for it.
Yes,
on the
you would
playground.
You would train for it. Someone asked me earlier, like, what kind of kid I was, and I realized that's so funny. I didn't even think about it in that context. I had that sidewalk thing where I would step on a crack, so I would jump. So we were all training for some obstacle course that does not exist. Like all of us were just training. You grew up in the 90s, you're just training for some obstacle course that, now I'm like, oh, there's not nearly as much quicksand as I thought there was going to be.
We were all like baby American ninjas.
Literally.
Like we were ready for that. But
Yeah.
we also had if you grew up in the 90s, you had Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple. So you there was a reason to train. Most of us did not end up on TV.
It's true. You're right. Touche.
But there are some quicksand elements. So, you did get to kind of put that to use.
So fun.
Here,
So fun. Favorite part, one of my favorite parts that is, obviously it's a platform or whatever. And I'm terrible. Anytime there's even a small stunt, you have to be, everyone is super reverent on set. They want to make sure you feel safe, so I have to contain my glee because glee doesn't feel safe. Glee does not feel safe to stunt coordinators and directors, you know? So I
You're just
have to
stressing
like,
them out?
yeah, it stresses them out. So I have to like put on my best. That's when I do my best work. That's my best performance, you know, is when I'm like scaling a wall in a dinosaur movie or scaling, you know, a ladder. And I have to be like, yes, yes, this is not me playing. I am taking this seriously. Safety, yes. Safety, 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 yes.
But on the inside, you're 8 years old and you're
8.
just bouncing off the walls with glee.
8 years old.
I love it.
Can't wait to do it.
I know we're out of time. Last question. What would you want your kill song to be? Your ultimate kill song? What's your soundtrack?
What's a kill song? Like if I'd go?
Not your death. You're doing the killing. You're the final girl doing the killing.
Listen, you know something? A gift that Stranger Things gave us was Kate Bush Running Up the Hill.
Ooh.
That whole album, though, the whole album slaps. Like the whole album slaps. Like it made me want to write a movie that was like on some Mamma Mia that's literally just like based on that one album alone. So it would be hard to choose a song, but it would absolutely come from that album.
We need you to just make that movie, please, and thank you.
All
right. DeWanda, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.